You know, you stand up here, I'm humbled in one respect. You didn't have to pick up the phone as the governor of California and check in, see where the Attorney General was, what his opinion might be on the issue of public charge. You didn't have to reach out to the leadership of the state and the Assembly and Senate, get a temperature of where they may be. Everybody knew exactly where they stood, united at this moment, united as a state. We are representing the most diverse state in the world's most diverse democracy. As the Attorney General said, now close to 11 million Californians, foreign-born, 27% of the state, foreign-born, a majority minority state. We, every single day, proudly are practicing pluralism. That is a point of pride. And as a consequence, it is a point of principle that we stand up at a moment like this as a state and assert ourselves and protect not only the values of the state, but the remarkable diversity that we represent within this state. I never thought, however, I would start my week defending bald eagle and end my week defending the Statue of Liberty. What an incredible week in America. What a remarkable moment in our history. But this moment, as it relates to the public charge, is not necessarily unique in our history either. It's very familiar history, particularly for Californians. 1882, the Chinese Exclusion Act was established. The framework to which we are debating the public charge emanates from the Chinese Exclusion Act. That came out of discussions here, bigotry here against the Chinese. And a guy by the name of Dennis Kearney, some of you heard me talk about Mr. Kearney, an immigrant himself of Irish descent, who began and ended every speech by whatever else we do, he said, the Chinese must go. You saw at the time, in the 1880s, all kinds of illustrations that were done of virtual walls that were being built around America to keep the Chinese out. Came out of San Francisco Bay Area. Here we are, generations later, having gone through that moment, extreme bigotry, and pull ourselves up, and we pull back in more contemporary terms in the 1990s with Prop 187. How familiar is the public charge to Californians in that contemporary context? We pulled ourselves up, and we fought back. That resiliency is California, and that's what gives me optimism, despite all the headwinds of the moment. We persevere, we reconcile, and we ultimately renounce the kind of bigotry, the kind of xenophobia that is front and center in discussions and debates like this. I thought the Attorney General was right about the Trump administration having issues with immigrants, but I think he could have been even more pointed, and forgive me, Mr. Attorney General, by saying he has a particular problem with brown people, not even immigrants. It's noted we're not talking about illegal immigrants as it relates to the public charge. We're talking about legal immigrants. We are, by the way, talking about, yet again, family separation, because what is a public charge? At the end of the day, it's a mother deciding whether or not to get benefits for their children, for her child, or being separated from that child at fear of being deported by an individual that uses this public charge to make an arbitrary determination. That's family separation. It's remarkable what this administration is up to. It's insidious beyond words, and California will have none of it. And so, without belaboring this, I just want to thank the incredible leadership in the state, the extraordinary work that the Attorney General and his deputies are doing at this moment, the collaborative nature to which they've not only engaged the leadership in the executive and legislative branches, but now have reached out to other attorney generals across the country. And I imagine you'll be hearing more about other states that will also join this cause and continue to fight the good fight in our courts. And